Good morning. It is a nice day today. 18 degrees. It's supposed to get up to 23. Nice refreshing day. Work now. One of the things I love about living in the countryside area is that I get to ride through this kind of fresh air. It's something. It's really great to wake up with fresh air all around. That kind of scooter with the screen on the front is so interesting. My wife and I were considering one. I think they're called the Canopies, or the Honda brand is a Honda Canopy. Don't know how much better they are, but I'm guessing on a rainy day they're pretty good, because man, you get soaked on a rainy day. There's a holiday in Japan coming up called Golden Week. Golden Week is basically a week where most people in the country have as the name implies, week, but it really varies from company to company. But there's like 4 national holidays in a row this year, I think. But a lot of people end up taking 6, 7, 8, 9 days off. Golden Week is really busy and kind of really tough. I think all the tourist attractions are usually super crowded because everybody has the day off. All the hotels are booked because everybody has the day off. It's for the tourism industry, especially domestic tourism industry, it's the busiest season. So it's great for their profits. But for people who live here, man, it makes travel and everything so much more difficult. My industry is English education, so as teaching English goes, it depends on the company and depends on the year, but pre-COVID I would say Golden Week was a pretty busy time. There's a lot of customers because everyone has the day off, and if they don't have travel plans because it's so expensive and crowded, then they want to use their time to study, they want to use their time to improve themselves. So I typically end up working through Golden Week. It doesn't really have that big of an impact on me. And I think I have one of those negative impacts from social media that a lot of people have. It's like you get to watch the whole world have fun all around you, and you are the one going to work. At this point I'd say I've gotten used to it, but I still do feel like I wish I was out there having fun and meeting people and stuff too. I've been thinking a lot about what to do after Golden Week. This year, maybe vacation will be a little tricky to plan, but definitely not impossible. I have a lot of things on my plate right now, so finding a time where I can schedule to take some time off and go do something fun is kind of a difficult thing. That being said, there's a few places that I'd really like to go. Nagano is one of the big ones, the Venus Line. If you've never heard of it, you can just Google Venus Line, VENUSLINE in English, and you should be able to find it. It's a really gorgeous road that has these rolling hills and mountain views and stuff like that. It's just really, really beautiful. I feel like I could probably do it as a day trip, so on one of my days off. I may have said in an earlier video I'm still a little worried about the condition of my CRF. I replaced the stator and it seems to be running fine, but if it broke down all the way in Nagano, I would be in a world of hurt. So Yeah. I was considering getting another bike, but I don't have the budget for it right now. If I did, I would have to get rid of one of the other bikes that I have, which is definitely not out of the cards. Pink bike Vivi. The pink bike Vivi, that's my rainy day bike. I think I could probably end up getting rid of that if I added something else to the garage and still have enough space to fit everything in the garage, but it's definitely a budget thing. It's more of a dream than something I'm actually planning on doing. Yeah. I was looking at cheap bikes too, like a old VTR or something like that, VTR 250. I think that would be great. I like 250s because you don't really have too much to worry about as far as like shock-in, the inspection. 250s are more modifiable than other bikes too, because you don't have to do the shock-in, so I could throw any accessory or something I want on it. Yeah. And VTR 250 should be fast enough to take the highway without any real concerns. So, yeah. It's a beautiful day. Clear skies. Warm feeling, not too humid. There's Ducati or VTR. This looks like a Ducati actually. El Grande. I didn't set up my other iPhone so I can see the chat. I don't know if anyone's watching, but yeah, if you are, I decided I'm certain I'm going to do the morning ride only from now on, because I think the night ride, as fun as it is too dark. I don't know, the watchability is not really what happened, but if you can't see it, there's no point in having a video of it. Morning ride is definitely the better way to go, and I'm going to try to do 365, minimum 365, but you know, if I can reach 100, I think it's going to be miraculous. I typically ride in all weather conditions. It doesn't matter. I typically have the right preparations for all weather, so it's okay. On my day off, the only day off I have, I'm riding also. So I think there's very, very few days per year where I do not ride a bike. There you go, Bandit. Prior to the live streaming, when I rode my bike into work or when I rode home, I'd always have a podcast playing, typically a news podcast. And I just think with polarization going on in the world, especially in the United States, though, I don't think it's really good for my health to be listening to that kind of news all the time. So I think breaking free from that is definitely a good thing. Listening to music is fun too. Used to listen to music a lot when I rode. The music can definitely have an impact on how I feel when I'm riding, though. Not necessarily how I feel, I guess that's not the right way to describe it, but how I respond or how I react. So if I have a song that's really fun and exciting, up-tempo, I might end up speeding. If I have something that's a little slower, I may end up slowing down. I think, yeah, it definitely impacted my riding style, behavior. Didn't make me careless necessarily, but I think that music can just pump you up. And that is illegal. So, something I was told, if the person's standing in the crosswalk and they wave you on, and you go, and then they cross the street, cool. If they wave you on, and then they cross the street, technically the driver is wrong. I don't know anyone personally who has gotten ticketed for it, but I do have a friend who told me a few stories of his friends. They said, if someone's at the crosswalk and they intend to cross, it is your obligation to stop and let them cross first, regardless of what kind of signaling they give to you. That seems a little excessive and extreme, but in the case like that guy just there, he waved for me to go, he waved the other cars on too, and then he walked across the street as I was going through the intersection. Makes it look like I was the one who was doing something wrong. So yeah, I think there's two basic places I'd love to go this year. That's the main two, if I can. That's a Venus line in Nagano. I don't know what season is best, what month is best, because I haven't been there yet. But I think pretty much any time in summer, in summer will be fine. And the second one is Irohazaka. Maybe the scenery or the view is not quite as spectacular, but I don't know. I think twisty roads are always fun. Both of those require the big bikes, though. There's a church. It's a windy one today. Whew. One thing cars do, if you do something kind, they'll usually flash their four-ways, their hazards, usually once, sometimes twice, just to say thank you. It's a courtesy. I think that kind of thing is so nice. Can't really do it on my bikes. The CRF does have four ways. I don't think people notice it. I've given the four-way wink before to say thank you. I think that car drivers don't really notice it. When people want to go faster than me, I always let them go. So one interesting thing about passing is this line in between the lanes. I think obviously everybody knows white lines are safe to cross over and yellow lines are not. So sometimes scooters will scoot up to the front. If the line is yellow especially, people do it, but if the line is white, people especially do it, but if the line is yellow, they don't. They scoot up to the front and they take advantage of that and they pull in front of the car that's in front of them. So the dude on the scooter that I let pass is just way down the road now because he scooted in front of all the cars up in front of him. I think that's kind of a jerk move. I don't typically do that. I guess if the light's red, it's not as bad because the cars are kind of aware of you. But going from the right-hand turning lane back into the left lane to go straight, it's not my thing, but to each his own. When the bus turns his indicator on to show that he wants to merge back into traffic, typically you're supposed to stop if you can and let him merge back into traffic. Some people don't, but I guess legally you're supposed to. That's why this Daihatsu stopped for him. Nice driver, kind. And the number of people who drive with a smartphone in their view is astounding. I don't think the GoPro's picking it up, but that Daihatsu in front of me has a smartphone holder that's to the driver's side in the center column. It's stuck to the dashboard and it's twisted facing the driver's face. My understanding of that is highly illegal. But my understanding is also that cops very, very, very rarely pull people over for it. I've watched people have two phones on in front of them, one playing a YouTube video and the other with a map or something like that, and they're just watching the phone as they're driving, and it terrifies me because if they're not paying attention to the road and I'm on a motorcycle, that is just a recipe for disaster. So tend to keep my distance from those cars, try not to pass them or something, not to get ahead of them unless I know that I can get away. Especially on my smaller bikes, I probably wouldn't. I'd lay back a little bit more. If it's on my bigger bike, I might end up passing and just getting ahead of them. There we go. Another day, another ride. To anyone who's watching, thank you so much. I'm gonna remember to keep my my phone on my handlebars so that I can check the chat or the comments. But yeah, to the people who've left comments so far, thank you so much. And the people who have left chat messages, I really appreciate every one of you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Take care.